It's a big week for soccer here at the University of Evansville. I'm Joe Downs for the ACES Insider. First, the UE women wrap up training camp and open up the regular season at home against Southeast Missouri Friday night, while the men stage their lone exhibition of the preseason on Sunday against IUPUI. Both games right back here at A-Rad McCutcheon Stadium. However, to get to this point, had to be a lot of hours on those practice fields, and even before that, the dreaded beep test, and we found out the beep test is no joke.
Just make it before the beep sounds, really.
I just get to the line, don't let my teammates down. I want to show the coaches what I can do, and hopefully I get there.
It starts off like a jog in the park, slow, rhythmic, almost hypnotic. Then the pace quickens.
Of course, the beginning stages are a little easy, and then once you get toward the 12 and 13 range, it's when you start feeling it in the lungs and the legs a little bit, and that's where that mental barrier comes in, and you just got to push through. And usually once you get to 14, you can kind of push yourself and use your teammates as a little bit of motivation.
It feels pretty easy when you're first going through the few first levels, but once you get to the end, your mind kind of stops playing a part. It's just, I need to sprint as fast as I can and get through this.
It looks pretty easy when you're watching people, but boy, those last couple really, legs start getting tired, and it's all mental through there.
All of this takes place under the watchful eyes of head coach Marshall Ray and his staff, who use the beeps test as an opportunity to see where each player stands going into training camp. Mind, body, and soul.
As a chance to compete for the first time when they come out. What we're looking for out of it, we want to get their max heart rate, and for us it's not a pass-fail test. We've got some standards we want them to meet, but it gives us a chance to see where they are from an aerobic standpoint and what we need to do with them over the course of the next 3 to 4 weeks to get them prepared for conference play.
Now, technology plays a major role in the test, as a new device allows Coach Ray and his staff to monitor the players' vital signs.
We were fortunate through the donations from our alumni and supporters to be able to purchase that last spring, and I think it's going to be a vital tool for us. Bobby's been great. He's on full-time with us now with the whole department, but we're going to get some numbers from that we can really use, and we'll be able to, over the course of the year, come up with some stuff with our training sessions and really monitor the guys as a group, but also individually, and look at their workloads and things like that. So it's a unique tool. We're figuring out exactly how to use it, but it's going to be very useful for us in the future. However,
for the players, the beep test is much more about the battle within.
This is honestly all just about mental toughness and pushing your limits, really. At the end of the day, you have to overcome that mental barrier in your head, and you just got to push through and get to the highest level you can.
Really, it's just seeing where we're fit to start before the season. Also, for each individual guy on our team to push themselves. Before we start working together as a group, we got to get that baseline where everybody's at. This is a great way to do it.
For the veterans, the beep test is a chance to test themselves, both mentally and physically. But for the freshmen, it's a reflection of what they're going to bring to this squad. And nowhere was that more evident than in the second round, as Sam Bonanno and Adam Snow, two incoming freshmen, staged a duel to the finish.
So that was my goal, to hopefully get the top score. Unfortunately, I didn't. But, I got up in the top 3, and that's good enough for my freshman year.
I mean, that's your first impression as a freshman. You want the guys working hard in the summer, and this is your chance to prove it right here in the fitness test. And it's always good to see the young guys pushing themselves and, getting ready for the start of their college careers.
Sam did a good job. He was in the second group, so that was the group that was probably what we expected. We put the freshmen in that bottom group when they come to see what they can do, but he and Snow really pushed themselves. So I think one thing that's important in our program is how hard you work and what you can do for us on the field, and this is a spot where you get to start showing your teammates and your coaches how hard you are going to compete.
But from the Rost rookie to the cagiest of cagey veterans, this year's beep test is considered a success.
I saw a lot of positive attitudes, a lot of pushing limits. A couple guys who hadn't made it previously are making it, which is always great to see, and I think it's just a good way to start the season.
I think it was great. Some guys put up some great numbers, and then we saw out there everybody was encouraging and clapping for each other, which is absolutely what we want to see in a test like this. If you can come out today on the beep test and push yourself to 15 or 16, your guys are going to develop a lot more trust in you, and then when that's going to correlate on the field when we get out there playing together.
However, the proof is in the pudding, and we'll certainly get a spoonful of that on Sunday as the ACES take on IUPUI in the men's lone exhibition game of the preseason. For the ACES Insider, I'm Joe Downs. And remember, you can keep up with all things Evansville athletics on GoPurpleAces.com, as well as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and our YouTube channel.